Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about my personal picks, predictions, and the biggest snubs from this year's Oscar nominations because the 97th Academy Award nominations have been announced this morning, and I kind of just want to give my general thoughts on them because I have a lot to talk about with some of these. Starting with actor in a supporting role, not really any major complaints here. I would have personally loved to see Adam Pearson for A Different Man get in here, along with Clarence Macklin for Sing Sing, but all five of these nominees are great. My personal pick would be between Guy Pearce or Kieran Culkin, but I think Kieran Culkin has this one in the bag as far as prediction goes. Costume design, not really much to complain about here. I'm really glad they gave a shout out to Nosferatu. I didn't think they were going to nominate that movie at all, to be honest, but my personal prediction here is Wicked, and I think that's my pick too. I really like the costume design in Wicked. Makeup and hairstyling, once again, not really too much to comment on here. I'm kind of shocked Dune didn't get in here. I would have loved to see a nomination for Challenge, which is a thing you're going to hear me say a lot in this video, especially over Emilia Perez. I haven't seen the film, but what is it doing here? I really like that they nominated A Different Man. The substance is probably what's going to win. All right, so this is where I'm going to do a lot of complaining. Original score. Where the hell is Challengers, guys? What are we doing here? I understand that Dune was not eligible with the new rules they have, but if that's the case, why is Wicked here? That really wasn't an original score. It was just the score from the Broadway show. Whatever. Emilia Perez, what are you doing here? Yeah, where's Challengers? And not just that, where's Queer? Where's Saturday Night? I'm glad the Wild Robot got in, and the Brutalist did have a really good score, but come on. Challengers was the clear winner here. Even if it was only going to get one nomination, which it didn't, and we'll talk about that later. Why isn't it? Why no score? I'm going to move on before I start yelling again. The short film categories, I don't know any of them, so I don't really have anything to say about those. Adapted screenplay, once again, what is Emilia Perez doing here? I'm really happy, though, about Nickel Boys and Sing Sing. I watched Nickel Boys recently. It would have been in my top 24 video had I seen it earlier. But yeah, really happy about adapted screenplay here. I'm really bummed about the lack of Dune or Queer. Those should definitely be in here, but I'm really happy about Nickel Boys and Sing Sing. Personal prediction is Conclave, but my personal pick would be Nickel Boys. As far as original screenplay, not really any major complaints here as well. Once again, would have loved to see Challengers here. I think that was very deserving. But I'm really happy that A Real Pain is here. That's my personal I think that's my personal prediction as well as pick, but I could also see them giving this to Anora as well. Supporting actress. No major complaints here. I can't really think of any major snubs off the top of my head. I really hope Ariana Grande gets this one, and I do think she has a chance of winning, but I think it's going to lean towards Zoe Saldana. But I'm also really happy that Monica Barbaro got in here. I did think that was going to happen for some reason, but I'm really glad she's in here. Original song, once again, what the hell is this category? 2 nominations for Emilia Perez. What are we doing? No Challengers with Compress Repress. And I know it's not an Oscar movie, but I would have loved to see at least one of the songs from Twisters get in here. But they could have done something from Trap, Smile 2. Hell, I would have even taken the original song from the Mean Girls movie, the one by Renee Rapp and Megan Thee Stallion, over any of these, really. Just a weak category. Personal pick would be Like a Bird. I do like that song. It's kind of low-key, but it's probably going to go to El Mal for Emilia Perez. That seems to be sweeping. Documentary feature. Haven't seen any of them. Don't really have anything to say. But from what I know about No Other Land, I really hope it goes to that one. And it probably will, hopefully. Documentary short film. I don't know anything about any of these, so I don't really have anything to say about that category. International feature. Haven't seen any of them. Normally I've at least seen one of them, but I did not see I'm Still Here, Seed of the Sacred Fig, or Flow. From what I hear, any of those films would be deserving, especially over Emilia Perez, but it's probably going to go to Emilia Perez. Animated feature, solid bunch. I feel like last year was pretty weak for animation, but I would love for it to go to The Wild Robot. Haven't seen Flow, though. I do need to watch that, and I've heard it's very good, and I'd probably really enjoy it, so if it went to Flow, that'd probably be a great win. For production design, can't think of any major snubs here other than Gladiator 2, but I love all 5 of these nominations. I think my personal pick here would be either Dune or Wicked, and I think it's going to go to either one of those movies. I could also see them going to The Brutalist, especially since it's a movie about architecture and everything like that, but really solid category here. All right, so film editing is where I have a bit more issues. Wicked, my main issue with that movie was its editing. What is it doing here, especially over Dune Part 2 or Challengers or A Real Pain? I can't really say anything about Emilia Perez, but whatever. Out of these, though, I really hope it goes to Anora. I really loved the editing in Anora. I mean, it was the main thing I talked about in my top 24 video, and it could probably win. It's probably between that or The Brutalist. Nominees for sound, once again, no real complaints here other than just Emilia Perez existing. I think this is going to go to Dune Part 2 though anyways, and that's my personal pick. Visual effects, great category. I think all of these are phenomenal picks. I think it's going to go to Dune Part 2, which is the most deserved, but I would also love for it to go to Better Man. I think that's a very deserving movie. Cinematography, another category that just, what are we doing here? Dune, great. The Brutalist, great. Nosferatu, another great choice. Maria, I haven't seen it, but it looks, I mean, it's a Pablo Larraín movie. It probably looks amazing. It probably deserves to be here. But where is the love for Saya Mukti Prom? I mean, Trap, Queer, Challengers. What are we doing here? Also, where's Nickel Boys? Come on. Personal pick is Dune. I do think they're going to give it to The Brutalist, though, which would be deserving. I do really like the cinematography in The Brutalist. That's definitely the best part of that film. Actor in a leading role. No major surprises here other than Sebastian Stan, but my personal pick is Coleman Domingo, but my prediction, I'm leaning Timothée Chalamet. I think he just has more motion, and I think there's more passion behind that performance, but knowing the Academy, they'll probably give it to Adrian Brody, but either way, I would still want it to be Coleman Domingo, but I would be happy if it was Timmy. Lead actress, can't think of any major snubs here. I'm really glad that Mikey Madison, Demi Moore, and Cynthia Erivo are in here. Haven't seen I'm Still Here, so I do need to watch that. But I think it's a battle between Mikey Madison and Demi Moore, and I'm personally leaning towards Mikey Madison as my own personal pick, but if Demi Moore wins, that'd be a great win. Director, another category that I have major problems with. Where in the world is Denis Villeneuve for Dune, or Luca Guadagnino for Challengers, or Ramel Ross for Nickel Boys? What are we doing here? I'd keep Brady Corbet and Coralie Farge, but I don't know. Anora is also great. I just don't think it's the best directed film of the year. Complete Unknown was good, but James Mangold, the direction of that film was not anywhere close to the most interesting part of that movie. And we don't need to talk about Emilia Perez. We all know how I feel about that movie. I refuse to watch it. Yeah, directing, the biggest shocker is just Denis Villeneuve. I don't know how he didn't get nominated for Part 1 or Part 2. It's ridiculous. And finally, we have the Best Picture category, and the biggest shocker here is Nickel Boys getting in, which I'm very happy about, but the fact that it was only nominated for Best Picture and Best Screenplay is kind of crazy, especially when a film like Nosferatu had 4 noms but didn't get into Best Picture. Same thing with A Real Pain. It got a screenplay and an acting nom, no nomination for A Real Pain. I do like Nickel Boys more than Nosferatu, not as much as A Real Pain, but that's just kind of weird to me that you can get less nominations but still get into Best Picture and all that sort of stuff. But overall, this is just kind of exactly what I expected for Best Picture. The only other shocker is I'm Still Here, which I still need to see, but overall, it's just kind of a year for Best Picture. There's not a single film here that is a guaranteed front runner, which is kind of weird. If Dune just had more momentum, it should have been the clear Best Picture front runner, but it's not for some reason. Also, and I'm gonna say it again, where the hell is Challengers? I just can't believe that film was entirely shut out of the awards this year. 0 nominations, are you kidding me? I'm a little bit biased, obviously, because it was my favorite film of the year, but that felt like one of the biggest and most impactful movies of the year, and the fact that it got completely shut out is insane to me. So as far as predicting Best Picture, I really have no idea, which is honestly kind of more fun, but also nerve-wracking because there's a strong possibility that Emilia Perez could win, which is insane to me. But honestly, I think it's between that, Anora, and The Brutalist. However, my personal pick out of this bunch is easily Dune Part 2. If you want to see my ranking of the Best Picture nominees, the ones that I've at least seen, here it is. But yeah, that's my thought on the Oscar nominations. Let me know yours in the comments below, and I'll see y'all later.